All right, man. We are live. Welcome to my first, basically live stream. Actually, it could be my second. I interviewed a dude named Crypto Drip. It was pretty good. We chopped it up on some crypto stuff. But man, I've been following Crypto Perfetta for a while now, and I asked him for an interview, and man, he's been enlightened to give us all this crypto knowledge in the past. So there's a few things I want to talk about it, but the first thing I want to do, I'm always curious about how people got into crypto because I came from like the stock market. So I always like to hear other people's how they got into crypto and how they started their journey.
Nice, man. Nice. My journey in crypto was very. I have been in technology for a long time. I was
Mm.
IT guy. I was fixing computers and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So that's that was my first thing with technology. So I fell in love with technology. I was doing some robotics and stuff like that when I was approximately about 8 years. My mom was buying me stuff about robotics and stuff like that, and I was, building stuff. I love to build. And then approximately about when I came to Holland, I fell in love with fixing computers, going deep into computers and stuff like that until I found going into these forums, right? Different type of
yeah,
forums.
forms. Yeah,
Yeah, so my main goal was how to make money online, right? So I'm talking about 2002, 2003.
yeah,
So this was my way of going online because I already had this vision for future, right?
hmm,
So seeing what the future will hold for technology. So I fell in love with internet very early on, and from there on I was fixing computers. And when I went to school, and at school my teacher was talking about how to do some blockchain stuff, but I didn't understand it back then, right? So,
yeah,
but if I start to think about it now, okay, it makes sense back then, right? So, because we know that blockchain is not something from now; it's old, right?
yeah,
So, it's very old.
definitely.
So, I was like, yeah, okay, blockchain technology, blah blah blah. I didn't care about it so much. I didn't put many attention. So I went to the part of programming, and then I stopped. I didn't follow through. But then I was fascinated how to make money online. So the whole main thing what came back to me in 2008. I was searching on forums and stuff like that, and back then PayPal was very famous, and I was checking some stuff out, and then I went to 2009, and in 2009 I came. I was trying to make some money online, and then I contacted this guy, and I wanted to make money, right? So I was like, okay, I'm trying to make money and stuff like that because I was doing some forex, but I was
Yeah,
not like successful in forex, right?
yeah,
Because I had to spend a lot of time, learning stuff, and
yeah,
I didn't have the patience to sit down and learn. I was like, I want to make money fast, so I was put money in and lose money, put money in, losing money,
yeah,
and from there on, I was like very pissed at myself, and I was like, okay, you know what? I need to learn something. So I went to search for somebody on these black hat forums, and I found someone that wanted to teach me how to make money online. And he told me, you know what? But you need to pay me in Bitcoin.
oh wow,
I was like, what is that? Can you tell me what is that? Yeah, it's a online currency that you can pay. It's untraceable. Blah blah blah. He told me all the story around it was made by Satoshi Nakamoto. I was like, oh, very interested, but I don't have it. So how can I get it? So this is 2009, right? So then I was like, no, but I don't want to do this whole thing, to make a transaction.
yeah,
So I was like, forget about it. I would just pay you in PayPal, right? So
yeah. It
sending
was
the
very
money in
tough.
PayPal. Yeah, send the money in PayPal. And then like I start trading, making money online, and doing writing articles and stuff like that, doing the SEO articles and stuff like that. And then years passed by. In 2011, it came back
Yeah,
in my face again, and then I went to Bitcoin forums. I went in, do some research, but then I was like, nah, not skeptical, but I was not like, it didn't hit me hard like it did in 2014, because in 2014 it hit me very hard. There I was like, okay, this is really, really dope. So now it's making all time high, blah blah blah. I was not even checking the chart. So I was
Mhm.
just watching news and stuff like that. Going into the force, everybody is talking about Bitcoin, Bitcoin this, Bitcoin that, and I was like, damn, I need to get this right. So I went into deep web because it was the only way I could get it right.
Yeah.
So in Holland, we didn't have the possibility to get like Bitcoin, on exchange and stuff like that. It was very
Mhm.
difficult. So I
Yeah.
had to connect to the deep web, use my PayPal account and information and stuff like that, like burners and stuff. So get all the way to Mt. Gox. It was
Oh,
early.
Mount
It was
Gox.
early.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mt. Gox. So it was very early. So I bought it because I was already trading cards on Mt. Gox,
Hmm.
because Mt. Gox was known for trading cards and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I bought 50 bitcoins. I didn't even care about the price. I was just, let me buy it because I was
You
ready to
know how
make the
much
money
you paid
online.
for it?
Yeah, I have I still have a receipt somewhere in my one of my computers. So I was like, put some money in. It was around $100 something like that.
Oh, okay.
I recall one coin. So I was like putting money in. My mom was like, "Yeah, you crazy? You gonna spend that much amount of money?" I was like, "Whatever." I know this technology is gonna be big one day,
Yeah.
right? Then I start seeing some news. Everybody was talking about Bitcoin, and then suddenly it crashed. Right? It went down. But I didn't know that. I think it was after the top, like 3 to 6 months later. I just forgot about it because
Yeah.
it's not like now that I go check the charts and
Yeah.
be
We
like,
don't have the
every
technology we
day.
had like
Yeah,
we do
exactly.
now. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it was very, very, very difficult to find technology to go and watch, the chart moving and stuff like that, technical analysis and all the kind of stuff. Bro,
Oh, yeah.
I'm telling you, suddenly I got this message in my email. Matt got hacked. I was like, no, it's not. And then I went back, went to my computer. I was like, no, it's impossible. Went in, trying to log in. I couldn't log in. So I start getting
Uh,
this page of, you're not, this page went down, blah, blah.
yeah.
I start crying and all the kind of stuff, get depressed and stuff. But I didn't give up. That's the main thing of crypto. I didn't give up on crypto because
Yeah.
it passed through my way 3 times already. So for me, I have this mindset of I cannot give up on something that I already started. Right. So,
Yeah.
and this is advice also for all those people out there that lost money in the previous bull market, to not give up on what you already have been learning about crypto. Don't give up because right now a lot of people lost a lot of money, got hacked and stuff like that, and that money you will not see it back.
Yeah. True.
But what you can see back is that knowledge that you have been gaining through these years, right? So
Facts.
after that, I was like, damn, okay, this is something big. So now I'm gonna invest. I'm gonna do some research, and from there on, I start finding patterns within the crypto cycle. So now I just experienced the first bull run. Like I bought really the top, right? So
Yeah.
just top buyer, and then I experienced then the next bull market, 2016, 2017, within entering 2017. So if you, I have one YouTube channel, I think on Twitter I posted a video of
Yeah.
me going live doing the Bitcoin halving of 2020. So, and also before that, I have a lot of videos about buying CryptoKitty and stuff like that, the first NFT and all the kind of stuff. So, all those I have it on my page, right?
Yeah.
So that's a lot of proof that people can see that I was very early, right? But it's not that I'm doing this for people. It's just trying to educate people about crypto, and having the experience to go through all these type of stuff, right? And all these cycles, and I start finding patterns within Bitcoin, and I was like, but okay, but if Bitcoin does this, and I see the halving does this, and the price suddenly start pumping, that means it will start doing the same thing back again in 2020. So I was like, okay, I will go in. I went in the second bull market of 2016, 17, and I was bingo. Was everywhere. I was making money here, making money there, losing money here, losing money there. It was normal because we know it was the ICO
Yeah,
time,
I
right?
see
The
the
ICO,
face. Yeah,
exactly. So every phase, and I start understanding that in crypto you have different phases. We had back way back 2004, 13, 14. We have the pre-run, right, of crypto, pre-run.
yeah,
And then now in 2016, 17, we had the ICO, right? Now we are going in. We went in 2020, 2021. We have the meme tokens. So now what is gonna come now? So I'm already start doing my research. I
yeah.
did my research and I know what is coming now. Massive adoption. So what is going to be the big thing that people are going to go into? It's not AI. People think it's AI. It's not AI.
Yeah, I think that's like it's kind of like the meme right now, the AI tokens. I think
For this year, for this year.
for this
Let's say
year, yeah,
this year exactly. But
because a lot of people,
yeah, go on, go on, go on.
a lot of people, probably about a year ago when the meme tokens was like really big, their utilities was just NFT, build their own exchange, which was basically just a copy, a fork of Uniswap, and then maybe something, and then they kind of built their own blockchain, but that was like but that kind of got exposed
Mm-hmm.
because I mean, with Zen, I mean, they with what he did, Jack did, he kind of exposed that because like normally you would have on the meme coin you would wait for an exchange. They're like, oh yeah, we're building it. It's taking a long time, and then all of a sudden, or they're going to be on other not other and on other chains. But Jack did it like he put like 10 chains on in like 30 days. So I was like, oh
Exactly.
man, these guys were just sitting, being on Twitter, hyping everybody up, and then they just flick a little switch and put them on like the Binance Smart Chain. They made it seem
Exactly.
like it was very difficult, but I mean, it probably is difficult if you're not a programmer. But what were you gonna
So
say?
it makes it much easier also for developer. If you have a good developer,
Yeah,
it will be much easier for them, to if they understand technology the right way, it's gonna be very easy to do something, right? Because they have the experience, they have the knowledge, they
yeah,
have the way to how to integrate, different one program within different technology, different protocols. Like for Zen, is for example, is very easy. So that's the main thing. So now he is doing this, right? Jack is doing the narrative of placing one token on different chain, and this is something that a lot of token has been lacking, and I have been experienced back when in 2021, 2021, right? That a lot of token has been going on one chain, and then they start seeing that they didn't have that massive adoption because of high fees, right,
yeah.
that people had to pay on Ethereum. So now they start switching and going on Binance Smart Chain, and this
Hmm.
is when the Binance Smart Chain start getting successful because of the amount of liquidity coming in into Binance. That's why it made Polygon also expose Polygon in a certain way that you start seeing a lot of liquidity coming in into Polygon, and then this start a chain reaction within all the chains, right? And we have
Yeah,
proof for it. If you go to DeFi Llama, you can see all the total liquidity log within that period of time of 2021, 2020, 2022. You can see the amount of total liquidity locked in that period of time. And if you go compare it to what we have been seeing back in 2020, it's not the same comparing what we saw in 2021, right? Because
yeah,
the liquidity was much higher in 2021 than in 2020. So this exposed a lot of chains to come out and be like, okay, we want to bring massive adoption, but how can we achieve it, right? So there is a saying that someone said that if you have a lot of people but you cannot scale, you need to scale horizontally,
horizontally. Or
Exactly.
horizontally. Yeah.
So that means that you can create more chains, right?
Hmm.
But then you already have a community.
Yeah.
So if you have a community, you can build a chain because a lot of people want to be have their token or have their value and everything they have on that chain. So for me, by analyzing everything that I've been seeing and trying to think about how we can achieve the massive adoption, we need chains. We need new blockchains,
Yeah.
right? We need to scale those blockchains because we want to bring the massive adoption to crypto. We are talking about 4.3% of the population are in
Yeah.
crypto right now. We are
Hmm.
talking about approximately about 400 million people. So we are up. We need approximately like 600 million people to hit a billion, right? But
Yeah.
how can we achieve that? How can we achieve to bring this massive adoption into crypto? So there we are talking about Arbitrum, right? A lot of people have been receiving airdrop about Arbitrum. We're
Yeah.
talking about optimism, right? Layer 2 solution. Now Arbitrum is working on layer 3 solution.
Yeah. I
So
just saw you tweet that just a few hours ago. Yeah.
exactly.
Tell me about that, man. A little bit. I'm
So
not.
so
The thing about me is like I'm not really heavy on like all the other chains just yet. I'm still king Ether. I'm still team Ethereum. I mean, and then like you know, I do stuff on Binance Chain from time to time, but and I'm like everyone else, we're waiting on Pulse Chain, but
exactly.
but yeah, I've noticed that you've been hyping up some other chains as well, but I haven't really dabbled. I haven't really dabbled in them as well.
So yeah. So by taking a look of Arbitrum and taking a look at, because I'm still researching, I'm still going deep into understanding the layer 3 solution of Arbitrum,
Yeah.
because it's like they went from layer 1, layer 2, sorry, to layer 3. And I've been seeing that they are working, also trying to imagine if they can go to layer 5. So
Wow.
it's getting crazier and crazier because the technology is getting more exposed to the world. So if we want to get the massive adoption, we need chains that can support it. And this is the problem about Ethereum. Ethereum could not scale the amount of transaction that we have been seeing in 2021. They could not scale it.
Yeah.
So it left a lot of people out of it. They were like, you know what, I want to invest, but it's difficult for me to invest if I have to pay $200 to buy a token that is 0.1 cent, right?
Yeah.
So that means I have to invest $200 more and $200 a fee. So it makes it $400, for example. So it doesn't make sense if we are trying to bring massive adoption to crypto, because people want to get in with a low risk and high returns. And a lot of people love, the high risk and, high returns also.
Yeah.
So Ethereum made it very difficult for people to onboard, because when I was onboarding people into crypto or into Hex back then in 2020,
Yeah.
January 2020, the whole year, it was difficult for them. They were like, I'm not gonna pay that much that amount of money, and then I have to stake it, and then pay for stake for the fee, and unstake it, and also pay for a fee. So
Yeah.
it made it very difficult for people to get into crypto. And then I was like, okay, now we are seeing that Arbitrum Layer 3 is coming out. We have X1 is coming out. We have Pulse Chain is coming out. We have Zeta Chain, that as ZK Sync also protocol, right?
Yeah.
So we have a lot of these protocols that blockchain that trying to bring the scalability into the world we're living in right now. I just saw yesterday on a news that I was doing some research. JP Morgan just launched their first a smart contract on the Polygon network. So this is like getting crazy and crazy, but
Yeah.
how can we manage to have the massive adoption? By creating by scaling horizontally, right? So
Yeah.
by scaling, right? You will be having a lot of people getting in. So yeah, that's one of the main thing that I love about, about seeing different type of chains coming out, right? So because it's giving me the sense of something big is gonna happen, because it
Hmm.
doesn't make sense that suddenly we are seeing more than 550, 56 chains just coming up just like this. Something big is cooking. So
Yeah.
if you want to know what is going to be the big thing in 2024 after the halving, before the halving, because people start buying when prices sky high, right?
Hmm.
It's blockchain.
Yeah.
Blockchain is gonna be the new trend, and I'm saying this right now. So today is what? Today is
March
17.
17th.
So when you start seeing this video, go back in this guy's channel and start seeing this video, and then remember this day I told you, right? Blockchain is gonna be the main big thing in crypto for the next bull market. Why? Because we are talking about massive adoption. So
Yeah. I just think the one thing that I know when it comes to your wallet, once they make the wallet process a little bit easier,
easier.
I think that's when the adoption will happen because a lot of people just don't want to go through those steps. And you kind of realize that a lot of people don't want to do nothing. They just
Hmm.
want it to be
It's
done,
true.
you know?
They want to,
So,
like, for example, how do you think that Robinhood got so successful? By making the UI, by making it easy for people to engage,
yeah,
right? To
yeah.
work through. Like in our country, we don't have Robinhood, but we have different apps that make it much easier for me just to three click to
Hmm.
buy a token, right? We have like an exchange called Bitfavo with just two click, right? Click on a
Yeah,
token, click on a bank, and you already confirm the transaction. You already have the money on your wallet. So three clicks.
yeah,
See, if we can narrow down all the steps of like going to Uniswap, and send the token to your wallet, people don't want to do that.
yeah,
People don't want to do it. They
yeah.
just want to go
Just,
to exchange, click, bomb, and that's it, right?
yeah,
But we don't trust exchanges.
true, true.
We only trust exchange when we want to send money to our wallet, right? So
Yeah. If they could do it in like a multi-sig way where it's like your wallet's on the contract, but you don't have to use you don't really get a seed phrase with multi-sig, but you use your wallet. But if you can like log in, you know, and use two-factor authentication, kind of like you get into a bank,
hmm
but with the multi-sig, no one still has access to your funds. You know what I mean?
yeah, exactly. So it's like
So
not signing a contract. It's more
yeah.
like giving a permission. You are giving a permission. Like we have a bank in Holland. Everything is digitalized, right?
Hmm.
So that means if I go to my bank and I want to send money to another person, it takes me um 1 to 3 4 less than, I think, 25 seconds to send money
Yeah.
to someone.
Oh, okay.
It's just I would log in into my account, click the amount of money that I want to transfer to that person, and then send the link to the person.
Yeah.
And the person
That's
just reply by accepting and um, verifying, his bank account is also three click, and that's it.
yeah.
So it will be much easier, like having a wallet or making MetaMask much easier for people to use, like
Yeah.
with three click, right? So we can get there, but the main thing is they don't want to get there now,
True.
right? You know what I mean? So it's like
Yeah.
they want to get there, but they first need to build like an infrastructure that make it much easier for people to just with three click buy. Don't have to go all the way to your bank, and your bank giving information, coming back again, and then the massive adoption will come when they make the UI much easier for people to interact with.
Yeah. I also think the fees have a lot to do with it as well. Because, like I said, I came from the stock market, and we were getting charged fees. It depends what they had competition, so whatever broker you went to had different type of fees. And then all of a sudden, TD Ameritrade, like 3 4 years ago, was like, hey, no fees for trading. So it's like now people go into crypto, you're like, man, I'm paying like fees that 20 years ago when you were in the stock market to make a trade was like $20, to buy like Apple, one share of Apple. But now it's free. So
So yeah,
it's
the fees plays a very big role.
yeah,
So yeah, that's also one thing that I think that they have to work on, making the UI better, making it feeless. But making it feeless is possible. It's possible, and that's the main reason why we also seeing blockchain that coming up with, for example, 1 trillion, 2 trillion, 100 trillion, 500 trillion, 900 trillion, one
yeah,
quadrillion. So they are trying to do it, but by extending the amount of supply. So, and this is also a big factor. Why? Because by extending the amount of supply, you're not making impact on the token of the chain. So you're make it worth it for the other tokens that are going onto the chain. For example, okay, we can trade. Yeah, we can trade, like, for example, Bitcoin on BTT chain, the BitTorrent chain, right? It costs you approximately three BTT. And what's the price of BTT right now? 0.601, for
yeah,
example, right? So it makes it sort of cheaper, but it's not, because in the meantime, when the price start going up, the cost of the fees also getting higher.
yeah,
So that will happen with Ethereum, right? When the
yeah,
fees, where the price was low, the fees didn't was nothing. But then suddenly the price start going up, and then you remember yourself, okay, but we have to pay fees, with the same token. Now
hmm,
the price also goes up. Even though I'm not talking about the technology side of the bidding and stuff like that, right? I'm just talking about the mean price of crypto, the mean price of Ethereum going up in price, and also knowing that you have to pay the transaction with the same Ethereum that goes up in price. Those
yeah,
that make your fee also go up in price. And this is the same thing I was saying with Pulsechain. Right now, we are talking about how much trillion, 135 trillion, if my calculation on the word document that they pull out for the sacrifice phase.
yeah,
So if we are talking about that, we're talking about, okay, right now the fees are very low, right? But meanwhile, when the price are going up, the price of the fees also goes up.
yeah.
And I
True.
spoke to Richard Hart about this when he was in 2020, when he was in Amsterdam, right? So it
Hmm.
was like, okay, let's build another chain. No, it's not about building another chain. It's about solving the problem of high fees transactions.
Yeah,
People don't think about this in the future. Right now, it's not gonna be something that is gonna affect. It's not gonna affect us. It doesn't. But it's gonna affect those who are coming in the next bull market in 2029,
yeah,
2028, right?
yeah.
Because the prices are going up, and it's also deflectionary. So yeah,
So
that's the
how's
main thing.
so how did you get into Hex?
So ba-
I'm a late bloomer. I came in around, the 400s. But a lot of people are like day 10, you know.
I was day
Nice.
21, and the main way I found X was very simple. I was doing some research, right? Was the phase that I started about doing some research. I did some research. I was searching. I came from buying a lot of ICO and stuff like that.
Hmm.
And on one day, I saw a video of Trevon James talking about this token. So I just listened to him for a couple of minutes, and I was like, okay, it sounds interested. And then I went to the website. I read the website, and for me, everything that is strange and is like difficult to understand
Yeah.
is easy for me to trust it.
Yeah.
When it's easy, it's very difficult for me. I'm not a person like me, So
Yeah.
it has to be difficult. It has to break my mind, my brain, so I can have to go in and learn it.
Yeah. Deep dive.
So yes, exactly. So it made me go deep dive to understand everything. And from that day on, I start understanding also smart contracts. So because of the contract, I wanted to be like learn about a contract. So then I was like, okay, I start watching. I bought already. I didn't even go deep into research because I got the sense of it right away from one of Richard Hart's video. So I was like, yeah, well, bought it. Day 21, wait, and then day 54, I bought again, right? And I keep on buying, keep on buying through all the FUD, through all the
Yeah.
thing that people were talking about. Back then, we didn't have Telegram. We didn't have. We only had Reddit and the Bitcoin forum. Right.
Wow.
So we had a Bitcoin forum that you could go there and talk. Talk about crypto, talk about Hex had their personal like forum, right?
Yeah.
So there and on Reddit, it was very fun back then because it was not like, like the main thing vibe we're seeing right now,
Yeah.
that are attacking somebody else. No, the main thing was about adoption, about bringing more people to Hex
To
and make
Hex.
them
Yeah.
understand, right? So that's why I always say I miss those days, right?
Yeah.
And it makes me a bit angry sometimes because it's not about one token; it's about engaging and bringing people into crypto because the main thing here is people need to get to adoption feeling of having their freedom right into crypto.
Yeah.
So I have to say, without Ethereum, Hex would have not existed.
True. True.
So I have this open mind because maybe is it because and not, it's not maybe it's because I have already have the experience of crypto, right? Having diversified my portfolio, it makes me more not sensitive, but more open minded to understand different type of token, different type of technology.
Hmm.
So it makes me I can speak easily about the crypto. Why? Because I already have this adoption mind, right? I have this narrative of we are here to make money, right? We didn't have it. If I can tell my mom, why did you didn't buy Amazon stock, right? She will tell me I didn't have the experience you have right now, right? I don't have the mindset you have right now.
Yeah.
So, but if I tell her mom I want to buy some stock, she will tell me, are you crazy? Why? Why you want to buy something that's already up? Like 500% or within the range of like $20. If you're not gonna make more than like if the price wanna go to like 450, you have to wait for approximately 1 to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years,
Hmm.
right? So for crypto, it's the same thing. So I just took the stock market, copy it, and turning into crypto.
Yeah.
So
That's
the
cool.
same ideas of smart investor. A lot of big gurus in the financial industry. I just took their pattern and break it into pieces and start putting them together and adopt it to crypto.
Yeah. I kind of did the same thing. Um, but when it came to when I came across Hex, I kind of understood it. I was kind of over the meme coin, and I was just doing research, and I ended up coming across. It was it was an interview, I think, by it was either Complex or BBC. It was something in Europe, the UK,
Yeah, yeah,
and it
yeah.
was like
With
this
this
man's
girl,
making you rich, yeah, with this
with the
girl,
girl. Yeah,
and I
yeah, yeah,
listened
yeah,
to the
yeah,
whole
yeah.
interview, and then he started talking about Hex and Pulsechain, and then I just ended up like start deep diving into it, and then I was like, oh, I get this. Let me get into this, because everything else was like dying as far as meme coin wise. So I was like, I need to find something more steady, kind of like how when I first started, I was like getting in Cardano and all that stuff, but I'm not as heavy into those as I am now. But but what do you think about now mid May?
We almost at mid May. When he said
Yeah,
mid
we're
May, I,
almost.
I thought about yeah.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
nah. Let's wait until we see the merch, and after the merch, we can see what's gonna happen. And then merch
Yes.
happened, and then we start. So for me, it's like I have always trying to educate myself on not seeing the future, but trying to not also predict it, but more like trying to get ahead
Yeah.
of stuff, to trying to understand, and always build a game theory around it, so I can, like, take advantage of it, right? So that makes me that's why this made me successful into crypto,
Yeah.
because I'm ahead of mine, ahead of my game,
So
and I'm challenging. Yes.
did you sacrifice for Pulse Chain and Pulse X?
Yo, bro, I sacrificed day one. I was
Yeah.
like, making video at the same time, right? At the same time,
As your
at the same time, I heard like sacrifices, and I was like, bomb, I've made the first video, posted right away, and after on, I went on, when they're talking about the bridge, you can find it on this chat on my English channel.
Yeah.
When Richard Hart posted the bridge, I was already, the hacks copy. I was
Yeah.
already making video about it, so I was very fast. It was like bomb, bomb, bomb. So I
Yeah.
sacrificed the first day, keep on sacrificing, because I was sacrificing, teaching people how to sacrifice.
Yeah.
So that means I could have sacrificed the first day everything, but I was like, nah, let me hold something back so I can teach people like live. So
Yeah.
in like for example, if Pulsechain goes live and people go back and watch the video, they'll be like, oh yo, this guy sacrificed day one,
Yeah.
right? So that's the main thing of sacrificing. I sacrifice for day one Pulse Chain, sacrifice day one Pulse X, and try and keep on going into the test net to try stuff out, right? So for me, it's not like I'm not amused, but it's something that we were waiting for,
Yeah.
right? It's something that we
True.
were waiting for, because we were tired already about the high gas fee, even though we know that it states in the contract, we know it, and they didn't change it. But nah, whatever. We are talking about, they're building a pulse chain, and on pulse chain we can see we can on stake our hacks without having to pay high gas fee, right?
Yeah.
So I'm a very honest and true guy, so I'm not scared about telling the truth about the
Yeah.
thing, right? So this guy gets a lot of hate on Twitter, so I don't care. I'm just
Oh
telling
yeah,
the truth
true.
with people, because people have to know the truth, and this is the main reason why a lot, when you telling the truth to people, they will not understand it in the beginning, but then if they start getting the experience, they will be like, oh yeah, now I understand it, why, because I'm not hiding stuff from people, I'm not making it fishy. So that's why also I love Zen because of
Yeah.
this,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Before we get into Zen, I want to talk. I want to keep on Pulse Chain. So since you have, see, I never sacrificed for Pulse Chain, but I sacrificed for Pulse X like majority of the people. But what what is your what? Let's say once it goes live, testnet done, it's live. What is your strategy for pulse chains, and did you sacrifice for anything other than pulse chain and pulse X outside, outside the whole sacrifice stuff?
So yeah, let's start with the sacrifice part. What type of token I sacrifice for?
Yeah.
I sacrifice for the Tornado Cash fork. That's the Hurricane Cash.
Yeah.
I sacrifice for Pandalorium, Perlorium, something like that.
Yeah.
It's now live on Ethereum and on different chains. I sacrifice for Liquid Loan. I sacrifice for, I think, about 10 projects. I sacrifice on Pulse Chain.
Man, you
Can't recall them
sacrificed
right
almost
now.
for all of them.
I was like, if I can hit one of them, I can hit,
Yeah.
right. It's like I'm thinking as a VC, right.
Yeah.
So this is also one thing I learned from this book. I have to go read the name, when they talk about big VCs, how they invest in different type of companies, and then they go in like, okay, it's not like gambling. It's more like, okay, we know this program, this project has utility. This one has it, but it's for a more long term period of time. And this one is also for this and that. And then I go in, and then go like, okay, this one is a chain. This is going long term. This
Yeah.
one is the Dex. This one also goes long term. This one is like short term, like Mintra and stuff like that. It's also, a platform. Can it go long? Yes, of course. But do we have more on it? Yes, we have more. Marketplace it for NFTs. So now my options are getting bigger, but I have a narrative, I have a vision of where do I put my money and why I'm putting my money in,
Hmm.
right? If I'm, am I putting it for long term? Am I putting it for short term, or putting it for mid term, right? So yeah, so I sacrificed for those type of tokens, and then I was like, okay, what will my strategy be? So now I know a lot of people could not get in Pulsechain,
Yeah.
right? So now I'm thinking about myself. Okay, I already have my bag of hacks that I don't even touch that. So I don't even mind myself about it because I'm already know I'm gonna get my copy.
Yeah.
Whatever people think, whatever people want to do, nobody can touch my wallet. So
Yeah.
I know my hex is there, so I don't have to touch it. I don't have even to buy more because I already have,
Hmm.
right? So for me, it's enough. But now I know that a lot of people didn't sacrifice for Pulse Chain, but they sacrificed for Pulse X, right? So now I'm thinking, so what do I need to do to make more money? And I was like, okay, I went to the testnet. I saw the amount of liquidity was added into the token with the amount of supplies, right? So I was like, okay, maybe we can talk about 0.207 approximately. So it makes me already up sitting around um, like more than 10 x's
Yeah.
already. So
Yeah.
that means I'm already making money. So next, now what am I gonna do? I'm gonna provide liquidity because a lot of people want to buy the Pulse chain because okay, they are gonna get a copy of the Ethereum that will be replaced for PLS.
Yeah.
So now they have something to interact with or make some interaction, some transaction,
Hmm.
right? But of course, they want to get in early because the much earlier you get in, the much better, right? The more possibility you have to make more money. I'm just thinking broadly for people that can think like this. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna provide liquidity, right? I'm gonna sell approximately 10%, provide liquidity, and I will start taking those APR from the beginning
Hmm.
because I know those APR is gonna be approximately about 1,200, 1,300, right? And then they will
Yeah.
get less 600, 900, 600 until it goes established until like 100 or 99, and then get less, 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 and less. But I'm trying to get those APY from from the beginning of the start,
Yeah.
right? Because I know already when they provide liquidity to those pairs, the price will skyrocket,
Yeah.
right? And then a lot of people are gonna sell, but they're gonna sell with a mentality of, okay, I'm just making my profit. I'm done. I'm out. Already, I'm tired of Richard Hart, all this bullshit, blah 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 blah. I'm sorry for the language. They will get out, right? But for me,
Yeah.
I'm thinking about capitalizing on those fees,
Yeah. True.
right?
That'll be the incentive token though.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
now I'm providing liquidity. I'm getting the token. I'm gonna start providing liquidity with the most highest interaction, like for Pulse X and
Yeah.
Pulse Chain, right?
Yeah.
Maybe we will see some different token Hedron also because a lot of copy is gonna be a lot of coins are be copied. We were
Yeah.
gonna see a lot of Maximus, a lot of the ecosystem of hacks, all the things that have been built on hacks.
Yeah.
You're gonna see them, right? We're gonna see Shiba. We're gonna see a lot of different tokens already coming out on those chains. So I will try to provide as much liquidity as possible and leave the money there and don't touch it for
Don't touch it.
at least
Just let it
until
accumulate.
exactly the next halving. I can show people right now that I have been providing liquidity on top of. I can show you, yes. And let me go to this. I've been providing liquidity on Pulse X
Oh, like the
for
test net? The test
yeah
net?
for
Yeah.
from the day we started.
Oh, you just let it ride?
Yeah, I just let it there, and so people can see, and they have this vision of how it works, right? So
Yeah.
right now, I have to go to the test net, but and I can
Yeah.
show you later on.
Yeah. While you're looking that up, I'm actually doing a series where I just go on the Pulsex and just start messing around. But I'm just capturing it on video so people know how to do it, you know. because
Exactly.
there's a lot of because I provided liquidity in on V3.
Hmm.
I provide liquidity all the time on V3, but I've never done it with V2. So I was like, I might as well, while we have this law right now for Pulsechain, I might as well figure out how to do it. So
Exactly. It's like interacting, trying to interact with the debt, trying to interact with the decentralized exchange, so you can get a hold of it, so you can know what to expect when the token launches, right? So you have to know, how it works, how you can maneuver yourself through it, how you can provide liquidity, how you can add liquidity, take away liquidity, and do everything you want to do, and by using it, right? So if I can go to pool, yeah, farming, yes. So yeah, let's go on. And this is actually the first time I'm gonna use do this on your channel.
okay,
So yeah, so you're the first guy, the first one that I'll be sharing this. Let me check. Yes. Oh, it doesn't support this.
oh let's see.
Oh, yeah,
Here we
it's
go.
okay.
Hold on real quick. There we go.
Are you seeing it right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, here we go.
Okay. Okay. So as you guys can see right now, I've been doing this providing liquidity for as long that it existed, right?
Yeah.
And now you can see how much I have been, transacting on these wallets and trying to provide liquidity within. For example, let's do this. If I can harvest, but I'm not gonna harvest right now because I have to
Yeah.
wait until I make a video. But now you see the APR is getting lower. When I
Hmm.
first made I start doing the providing liquidity,
Yeah.
APR was approximately about 900, something like that,
Yeah.
above 100, above 900, right? And they're still getting down. So now what I did was I stopped providing liquidity, Pulse Chain, Pulse X, right? Pulse X, Pulse Chain USDC, right? The token, the reflected token, or
Yeah.
the
Yeah. That
token,
party token.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And then I did some ink also and farming. So if we go to per information, so you can go in and start seeing different type of let's take this for contract, right? So a lot of stuff I've been providing liquidity because I wanted to learn. So
Yeah.
how do you learn? By taking advantage, go into the system, learn of it, see how it works, and then you have already a vision of how much are you going to earn, right? So if we're taking about what the launch in 2022, they launched Pulse Chain, the testnet, and from
Yeah.
that day on until today, I didn't take it out.
Wow. Yeah. You
So
got a lot of incentive tokens right now.
exactly. So now you're seeing, right, the amount, and for those people who are watching now, it's a test net.
Hmm.
But even though is it on a test net, you need to know what you are dealing with, right? So
Yeah.
now you guys are seeing this, and will be like, okay, now I have, for example, right? Let me say like this, example. In that year, in 1 year already, I have like 10,000, 4,000, 10,000, 20,000. Yeah, we are talking about 70,000,
Yeah, and
80,000.
it shows the incentive token on the testnet is at $18.58. So
So yeah,
yeah, that's a nice chunk of change.
exactly. So now you're seeing that this for 1 year, you can just sit down and relax. You don't have to worry yourself
Yeah.
about going on and trade, because a lot of people will come in, they want to trade. So my main thing is I have a strategy for, like, I have a varying strategy depending on what I'm trying to achieve in
Hmm.
life, right?
Yeah.
So people have to make this clear in their mind. Always have a vision and visualize what do you want to achieve in life. And by doing this, you can create a strategy for yourself. Okay, if I want to go to vacation, and I'm making an example, right? Example. I want to go to vacation next year, right? I can provide liquidity this year, And by the year, let's say August next year, I can go on vacation because I already made that money. And then that incentive token or the incentive token or the money that I'm getting, the reflection token that I'm getting from providing liquidity, I can use that to go on vacation. So I don't need to use the
Yeah.
money that I'm providing liquidity with.
Yeah.
You
I've
understand
been
me?
I've been providing liquidity on Zen. So every time it dumps, man, I'm like getting like a nice little
Nice
bag,
chunk
but it's staying at these levels.
levels. Yeah.
But it it might go down a little bit more, for sure. But before we, I got one more thing to talk about to you about before we get into Zen real quick. But the base NFTs, what do you think the strategy is for those the base NFTs coming up?
So yeah, I'm just going in and checking out, um, because like I always say, sometimes I'm very like out loud talker, you
Yeah,
know, and I don't know, but sometimes it also comes true, and that makes me a bit scary about stuff that I talk about, right? So, but it's the main thing of analyzing, analyzing the market and seeing, trying to break down and to see what people are talking about, right? So what I'm seeing with the NFTs is that it's like the same thing we saw with Aptos, right? People were talking about, yeah, VC, blah blah blah. It's not gonna work. Blah, blah. So what I was doing while people were talking, spending their time talking, I was making free transactions,
yeah,
right? Just testing the testnet, and then they were like, okay, now you can just with a testnet token buy an NFT, right? So I was like, okay, I bought an NFT. Now what? Now we wait. And then suddenly they airdropped it 500 tokens to everyone that have been interacting with the chain. So it was like free money. Token was costing approximately like $47, something like that.
yeah,
So it was free money, right? So it's the same thing that I'm seeing over and over again with different chains. So now they're like, okay, go have your base NFT. So what will happen? So this is me talking, like trying to
yeah.
strategize.
Trying to
You
figure
know,
out what they're gonna do.
yeah, it's like
Yeah,
speculation.
yeah,
Let's speculate a little bit. This NFT have a block. So, like, when they announced the NFT, they were like, okay, Base is gonna have you can try the network have a NFT, but every NFT have a particular block number. So it makes sense. Every block number, every time that we see an airdrop, I don't know if they are gonna do an airdrop. They always say the airdrop, the block, the snapshot was made at block, da, certain block, right? So imagine yourself you sitting within that block, that snapshot block. So that means that you're already having, right, the opportunity of getting something out of it. Even though they say they don't want to provide, like provide, they don't want to do airdrops because of SAC or because of financial situation and stuff like that. But there are a lot of people into this ecosystem that really want to do something, right? So they can say like, you know what, we can airdrop, to those people that have the NFT.
yeah,
The first, first people, the first adoptions of people that have been adopting crypto, now adopting the NFTs, right?
yeah,
So now you're eligible for airdrop because you already being interacting with a chain, right? So this is the main thing that people need to know. Then we have NFT. We don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm assuming because of an NFT, there's a reason behind it, right? They are not gonna be like, okay, just go and mint an NFT just for minting. No, it have always has a purpose behind it. Everything people does is because they have a reason,
yeah,
right? They want to track. They want to see how much people are interacting. They want to know if they are the blockchain is able to have the amount of people on it. So by you interacting with a chain, it gives you the ability, it gives you the possibility to go and just mint NFT, and from there on, they will decide what they are gonna do with the NFTs. But now we don't know what's gonna happen. Even though
No,
maybe they say, okay, you know what, we're gonna launch a token. Now
but
you're eligible.
they made it clear that they're not launching. They're not
Exactly. So
coming out with a
let's
token, bro.
exactly. So let's between quotes say they're gonna launch a token, right?
Yeah.
Even though they say they're not gonna do it,
Okay.
right?
Hmm.
You're eligible because you traded the first block, the first couple of months, right?
True.
So they say the same thing about Aptos. We're not gonna do airdrop, and then suddenly, those who interact with the chain, blah blah blah, are gonna get an airdrop, right? So it's gonna go to the community, blah blah
Yeah.
blah. So you have to prepare yourself every time, even though they say, okay, we're not gonna do airdrop, but someone in the community will come up with something and be like, you know what, we're gonna reward those people that have been interacting with the chain for this amount of time, right?
Yeah.
So, and by having it, it doesn't cost you nothing. You know, it was like 0.0001.
Hmm.
So it doesn't cost you nothing to have an NFT. And in
Yeah.
case something happened, maybe in further future, it will be costing a lot of money.
True. True.
You never know.
Yeah. You never know. That's
You
why
never know.
that's why I went on Blur, that blur.io, and anything that was like at the time when it came out, anything that was like under like point zero zero like one, I just like scooped it. So I got so I because I think people were just trying to get rid of it because they but if you looked at it, some people were paying more on the gas than, so I was like, man, I'm gonna just take
Scoop it.
this,
And,
scoop
and
it.
listen to this. You have been scooping them. Did you know you're not eligible to getting the step tree blur airdrop
Oh,
because
really?
you have been interacting with a blur
The
platform.
blur contract? Yeah, hopefully.
So now by you just going on and try to interact,
Hmm.
right, and get those NFT, now you're seeing that you are eligible. Let's say because they make it also clear that you're eligible if you are interacting with a chain, well, sorry, with a platform,
Hmm.
then you're eligible for it.
Yeah.
So now your wallet is printing on a block right now. It's registered on a
Uh,
block.
I got you.
So that block number, when they say, okay, we made a snapshot for this day, those people that have been interacting with the platform within these day of this block number are
Hmm.
eligible to get an airdrop.
Got
You
you.
understand me?
Yeah.
So blocks number are very important.
Yeah. But on to our last topic, man. Got to talk about that Zen. I just want to see. I mean, they're coming out with a lot of things. At the time when it first came out, it was like, all right, I understand this. Now it's starting to get a little more confusing because they're just like throwing out ideas. But it looks like they got something else launching because I was watching the Crypto Kindness actual
Life.
live stream before this. So I think they're coming out with some type of NFT soon. I haven't really dig
They-
deep into it, but I just been like accumulating Zen and just preparing for, you know, I just I just never sold, so I've just been accumulating basically.
I have been selling to spin them in different chains.
Oh,
That's
have
what
you?
I've been doing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've been doing my smart way. Everything that I've been earning on Zen, providing liquidity and everything, I've been spending them back into different chains. So that money didn't left the chain. It just go into different chain. They didn't left the chain by like me taking profit. It's more
Yeah.
like I was taking that profit and go into different chain to provide liquidity there, into different chain provide liquidity there, and then minting as much as possible because my vision is very clearly. People don't know we're still in a bear market,
Yeah.
right? We're still in a bear market, and we're gonna see a bull market until next year,
Hmm.
right? After the halvening, we know what happened, blah blah blah. I've been saying all over again. But what's gonna happen? A lot of wallets are being diluted. A lot of wallets are being burned. A lot of people have been losing, time. And those who persevere are those who are constantly, going on. Zen Turbo. Watching the wallet. Okay, which
Yeah.
wallet takes this week? Having notification on your agenda, sending you a message.
Yeah.
But so you can get constantly. So it reminds you constantly of, okay, I
To
have to
take
go and
claim.
check exactly. I have to claim, otherwise it's gonna burn. That's also a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It's also a good thing because it make a less supply. So having all of this in all the projects coming around, they have a vision, a very big vision that a lot of token never, go to watch, go to and take in consideration, and that's all the NFT. So now we are talking about having a layer one solution like X1,
Yeah.
but if you want to get X1, even though if you're not an investor or an angel investor, you need to provide your Zen, right?
Yeah. Hmm.
So for me right now, my main vision is accumulate as much Zen as possible because I want to get on that pedestal that I can get my X1 in the first place,
Yeah.
right? So that's my first strategy. First strategy is trying to mint as much as possible, bulk send the NFT, everything that I can take, put my money on, put my mind on, my hands on it. I'm trying to
Hmm.
take as much as possible,
Yeah.
and from there on, waiting for the X1, right?
Yeah.
Because imagine yourself, people start selling, 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 selling. People are selling, right? They're selling right and left,
Hmm.
because they say, I don't see future in this. And the same thing that happened with Hex, same thing with Bitcoin in the beginning. I don't see future in this. A lot of FUD. People are fudding you out of it, blah, blah, blah.
Hmm.
They're selling. But what they're forgetting is that less people are minting. Fees are high. So what we're going to do? We're going to buy. I'll start buying already. I'm not
Yeah.
even minting anymore. What I meant was the beginning, like 100 days ago, right? I'm just, taking what I've been minting, and now what I'm doing is buying because we already touched the equilibrium standpoint. That
Yeah.
I can just with $1,000 mint and then buy it and then get the same amount, for example, almost the same amount that I'm minting, right? So for me, it's like, I'm already on the equilibrium, so I don't have to go and mint, even though that I know that I can buy it for this almost for the same price, right?
Yeah. How when you look at the Zen chart, how long do you still think it's going to go down more, or do you think we've kind of clearly stabilized, or what's your thoughts on that?
From here there, it's like sideways. We're gonna be sideways trend, sideways trend, sideways trend, sideways until the halvening. Even though we're gonna see some spikes, price going up, going down, but we're gonna go sideways. Why? Because we know that a lot of people doesn't have the, let's say, the capability of staying in, this market like this for long. A lot of people doesn't have the capability to do it. Why? Because they're already exhausted. They're already
Yeah.
tired of the market,
Yeah.
FUD,
True.
information, news, and then it will get less and less and less. Why I'm saying this? Because I have already experienced three bull market, right? So for me, I'm already understanding the behavior of the investors. So I'm taking advantage of the behavior of these investors that are just in like for the short term, and then I'm just applying it and be like, okay, you know what? I know a lot of people will start going away, so it make me much higher value for me to get into a token and be on a top spot on the holder
Yeah.
spot. So that's my main vision: getting as high as possible on the holder chart. Why? Because people will come and buy, right? I
True.
want to be on that position that I can sell, right? And then
Yeah.
go into other tokens and buy those tokens. So build up this portfolio. So for me, it's like, okay, we are still on that piece that, okay, we find bottom already. We found it already, because you have to remember, Zen launched it without a supply. Okay,
Hmm.
people doesn't understand this because they have already this structure in their mind about, okay, you need to have a supply to have an amount of token. So that means that if I have 1 billion token, I have to provide 100 million liquidity. So that set the price, right?
Hmm.
So from the first moment on, we know already that Zen doesn't have this, right? We started
Yeah.
without supply. You couldn't
Hmm.
mint the first day, and then the next day, if you had it for one day, like I did, a couple of wallet for one day, and then the other wallet for the amount of day, you could have just buy it, or after they launch it on the Uniswap,
Yeah.
right? So the supply didn't exist. It. This is the main reason why I love Zen, because they didn't have a supply from the beginning. And what you say in the beginning, that a lot of token have been very scammy from the beginning, right?
True.
That of total supply, they already apply liquidity in it.
Yeah.
It's just more not for the technology. It's more like for benefiting people within their circle,
Hmm.
right? I see it like this, even though I can say like this because it's true,
Yeah.
right? But because if you building a token with a utility, right, then you know the token has utility. But we have been seeing a lot of stuff lately with Solana also. They have been making projects and that suddenly start pumping money into the ecosystem Solana just to pump the price up.
Yeah. True. I do want to get your perspective on one thing. It's kind of like Pulse Chain Zen. So you're going to get the copy on Pulse Chain, which basically Zen's going to start off at how it is at Ethereum. So everyone's going to get their NFTs, and and it's pretty much going to be the same as it
Mm-hmm.
is. So my theory is that depending on how Jack enables Zen on Pulse Chain, because everybody thinks Pulse Chain's going to dump, because normally with the
The wick,
tokens
the
that go
green wick,
live,
bam, and now
yeah, yeah,
it's normal. It's
I
normal.
just
You're gonna see
yeah,
all of those. If you go into CoinMarketCap or TradingView and
yeah,
just go into Solana, just go
yeah,
into all the chains, you'll see the same thing. Green
yeah.
wick, go down, people start buying up.
And yeah, I think it's gonna go down, but I think it's gonna go right back up because when Zen, if Jack enables it early,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's gonna go deflationary, real
Real fast.
quick, real fast
Yeah.
because the fees and people are gonna start minting like the top, you know, the top NFT, the top NFTs for like 128 VMUs,
Mm-hmm.
because they can afford the gas fees, and man, that gas, I think that gas is gonna go up real
Real
fast.
fast. And will make pulsion deflectionary also faster. And
Oh
this is
yeah,
what people doesn't understand, right? So Jack will be like, I don't even have to launch Zen on X1. It's not
yeah,
necessary. I can do it on Pulse Chain, right?
yeah,
And make Pulse Chain deflectionary for those who sacrifice on Pulse Chain, right?
yeah,
And make it deflectionary. And after that, know that start doing the NFTs. And then we are seeing that people that have sacrificed for Pulse Chain or sacrificed for Pulse X will start seeing, this rapid, burning
buy
process,
burn and burn,
by
yeah,
burning process. Yeah, very fast.
yeah. I think it's gonna hype. I think it's gonna boost. I mean, a lot of people hating on Zen, but I think it's gonna do a lot. I think it's gonna boost
Exactly.
Pulse
Because
Chain.
yeah, yes, because a lot of people have been putting this narrative on Upsend because someone has say something, and this is what when people need to start, doing their own research and
Yeah,
don't go and talk, just talk to talk, right?
because the buyback
Understand,
and burns are gonna be crazy. If what
bro,
Zen did on Ethereum, it does on Pulse Chain at an early stage. Like Pulse Chain is gonna be deflationary,
fast.
like
It's like
fast.
like it's like another level
Yeah.
because if you
And
go
then
on Zen
buyback and
Turbo,
burn's gonna be crazy on PulseX if you
if you
know
go on Zen Turbo, we are talking about approximately what? How much? Let me check how much they have been burning already.
they're like on the
Forty
top
six,
20.
46 million.
Yeah.
46 million. They already burned.
And you think there people are not gonna do that on Pulse Chain when the gas fees are lower?
Bro,
It's gonna
I don't
it's,
think what people are gonna do. I'm thinking what I'm gonna do. You know? That's how I separate myself from
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
I
I always
always,
like to see what people do because sometimes, like when you
people go
listen to
crazy. I'm
people.
telling you, people go
Yeah,
crazy, and
yeah,
people with the right intentions and people with the right mindset will get successful.
yeah. Because I didn't sacrifice for Pulse Chain, so I don't know. But I sacrificed for liquid loans, so I was like, the first thing I'm gonna do when I get my liquid loans tokens is I'm gonna put them in the put them in the pool, so I can whatever PLS I can get from that. That
Hmm.
I think that's gonna be like my active pulse chain accumulator. And then if that I'm still trying to debate on the Power City one for PulseX because they're forking liquidity for, but they're going to do the same thing they did for liquid loans, but they're going to do it for the PulseX token. So, but I'm trying to wonder how we get those earn tokens to put in the protocol to get those things, but they haven't really said anything about that. But I was just, yeah, I wanted to get your perspective on, you know,
It will
because
be
it's gonna,
crazy. For me,
yes,
it's
I
gonna be
think it's gonna
crazy
be
because,
crazy.
yeah, man, I'm telling you, I'm all in already. I mean, like, my main vision is trying to get as much as possible. That
Yeah,
that early investors are those who always win, right?
yeah, and I kind of noticed that when I was like in the meme coin space is like, how can you get in like 3 months before everyone gets to it? And like you said, I was thinking when I was in the meme coins, I was looking at it as a VC because when it comes to buying shit coins they call it's all about a numbers game. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like you have to be willing to lose money. So like if you put 10,000 in and you buy 10 meme coins, you need to know that probably 7,000 of that's just gone.
Yeah,
In the other, 3,000, could get you double or quadruple or 10x more than what you probably lost. So you just have to be willing, you have to have
yeah. The
that
mindset,
repetition of like
yeah,
losing money so you don't have that fear of losing money.
because people take crypto as something bad, and the perspective of losing money. Yeah, I lose money, but then you do this and do that. I'm telling you, we lose money in everything. We lose money
Oh
in
yeah.
life. We lose money in the war. We lose money with Ukraine. We lose money everywhere. We are losing money everywhere, but people don't talk about that. We're losing money when we buy a car. When you buy a car and you have already 5 years
Facts.
already,
Yeah.
that money already diluted you. So you lost your money.
Right
You're
when
not
you
gonna
pull it off
sell
the
that
lot.
out. So you bought a car for let's say $6,000, $7,000, and now you're selling it for 3,000. So you
Yeah.
lost 1,000. So, right. So everything we lose in life, we have to learn how to lose, but also um, have this risk management, and that's why risk management is so important. Now we learned this from trading forex. We learned it from trading stocks, right?
Yeah.
Knowing when to put your stop loss, when to take profit, right? Knowing that you're not going in, how many pips you're already to get, and how much percentage are you willing um, to not to lose, but I mean like to trying to earn if you take stock stop loss, and trying to take down that risk management you have, right?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think about, I'm not trying to lose as much. So if I lose 1%, it's 1%. If I can gain like 4%, I'm not willing to lose 4% again,
Yeah.
because I didn't make no profit. It doesn't make sense. So if I make 4% and I just lost 1%, I'm up for three on one.
True. Yeah.
So it's the same thing with crypto. But the main thing in crypto, we are very early. So we
True.
start seeing a lot of scams.
Yeah. The scams are going to be like
They
ridiculous on
will
pulse
be
chains. Like people are
exactly.
talking about airdrops, man. You're gonna get a lot of airdrops. You better be careful.
Yeah.
I always have a spreadsheet of like everything that I buy. So I know like when I look at my wallet in Ethereum or something like that, that I know I didn't touch because especially like with Hex, like a lot of tokens just show up
Hmm.
in your
In your
your
wallet.
wallet, and you
Yeah.
don't even know where they came from. So, but they just want you to sign. They want you to approve that wallet
So they
so they
can
can
wreck you.
wreck you. Yeah. Yeah. So,
A lot of people got tricked into it, you know.
oh
But
yeah,
when I started my YouTube channel, beginning the Spanish one, I was talking about all these scams token because
yeah,
they will airdrop left and right, right?
yeah,
People were doing scam token like crazy, man. I will go in and see like 5,000, 10,000, $100,000 on my account. I was like, what?
yeah,
And now I'm going in to see it's a scam token. It's just
yeah.
appeared there, you know.
That's why I
So
always one of my latest videos I had is revoke cash, revoke.cash. So it's like you can go in there and look and see like what's on what's actually you approved on your wallet, you know. And if I don't see like OX, if it's something that says OX or Uniswap Unlimited, I'll probably revoke it, you know, because
exactly.
I don't even want to take that risk, you know. But
Because it's risky, man. You can lose your account just like that. You know, a lot of big players. I mean, like big players in crypto, has had lost a lot of money. Like this guy that bought like he had like I think about 10 or 15 apes in his wallet. They just send him a link, and he was like, "Oh, I have to go in." I just went in, and he has a
oh
lot of years. He had a lot of years in the game, but he lagged. He lagged at that moment. Just click on the
yeah,
link, and I was like, "Oh, they asked me for my seed phrase," and boom,
boom, done,
right
man.
away.
Well,
So
Crypto
yeah,
Profeta, man, I appreciate it, man. Definitely want to have you on again, man. It was, man, time flies, man. It's already been an hour and 15 minutes, but man, I appreciate you taking the time to, you know, I definitely want to. I have a lot more things to talk about, but definitely want to chop it up with you again.
thanks, guy. Thanks for having me on your channel. We know that you have been doing a very great content. Be watching your videos.
Yeah,
Also, I
appreciate
love
it,
the
man.
name, Unlocking Profit. So it's dope, you know. So
Yeah,
keep up the good work. I wish you a lot of success, you know. And we are here to help each other grow in this crypto business, also in making content. And always keep it real for yourself. You know, don't bow to what people are saying and trying to bring negativity to you. Keep it
oh
up.
yeah,
Keep your head up always, every day, because it will make you harder much
yeah.
faster.
What I've learned is like if somebody's flooding it, do your research on it,
Exactly.
and then you make the determine if it's FUD or not.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Exactly.
because I probably got flooded out of liquid loans because I was going to sacrifice more money, and then like when they announced liquid loans, man, like the Twitter Spaces were like flooding it.
Explode. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my!
Yeah.
And then like
And this is one of the main thing that I've been seeing a lot in a lot of token that have potential. When I see a lot of FUD, that means that token has potential.
yeah, and the crazy thing is I found out about Hex through FUD.
Through the FUD.
Yeah,
You see how
so
things work.
yeah, so well, I appreciate it, man. Thank you
Thanks.
very much,
Thank
and
you.
I
Thank you
definitely
for your
want to have
time.
you on again, man. Maybe have you have me on your channel or something like
Of
that.
course, of course.
Yeah,
We are working on them. So don't worry, man. I will bring you to my channel.
yeah. I definitely want to get like talk to Crypto Kindness. I think I live in the states too, so I think we live in he lives in like I think Michigan, so we're like in neighboring states. So, but I definitely like to hear his perspective on things too, because he has the same type of mindset as you do too. So,
Of course, man. I can hook you up, man. Don't worry.
I
It
appreciate it,
will be
man.
dope.
Well, take care, man. Talk to you
Cheers.
soon.